Man, that's why I said these niggas is
So
reaching out.
that
Snitching.
narrative with the
Come on,
snitching,
man.
I'm not jacking
Come
it.
Hey, what's going on, family? Peace and blessings to the tribe. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm Mr. Telescope, and you're now watching the Telescope channel. So, jumping straight into this thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna make this long, as always. You know, word of the day, we're gonna throw it out there: deception. So, anyways, I think that I don't salute to 050 the movement or whatever. This is where the clip comes from or whatever. I don't know if the brother that's up there on the panel 050 China Brim, I don't know if he has any ulterior motives to get on Jake's show or to just be on the plateau that Jake is on, but it was a lot of like biased opinions and like switching the narrative and stuff like that. I seen a lot of that going on, and I can't lie, man. 1090 Jake is definitely a master manipulator. Like he's good with words, and he can definitely curve a situation socially. He knows how to curve a situation socially, and I think that's the aspect about this that people don't really understand or even realize that. Once you've been doing YouTube for a long time, especially when you're doing that type of YouTube that he's doing, pretty much like PI or private investigator, so to speak, type of like, content, when you're making that type of content, what happens is like you become even better at being a socialite. You know what I'm saying? You become better at socializing. So I think that's really one of his strengths. That's how he's able to weasel out of all of these conversations and stuff like that, and all of these situations, like the whole news clip and everything. So here in China 050 the movement, China Brim and his co-host, I believe his name is Harlem, they were talking about pretty much 1090 Jake, and did he snitch because of the news clip, and he was putting out narratives and things about what's going on in the police systems down in Florida. Okay, here we had a lot of stuff going on, and I'm gonna let y'all watch it for y'allself, man, and y'all tell me what y'all think after watching this clip. You know what I'm saying? It's a wild clip, so y'all check it out, man. Remember, man, they said it. Now we speaking on it. I'm Mr. Telescope, and you're now watching the Telescope channel.
You can live with, I probably said a little too much. It's things that I say a little too much on here. I don't give a fuck.
Is you talking about what the cops is doing? Is you talking about what the cops is doing? Though? When you talk,
I will talk about. If I know something the cops is doing, I'll talk about it. Fuck the cops.
And then you fucking telling too, nigga. Fuck you. You telling too.
Hard body.
You said it different police. You're not switching if you tell the police beat your ass.
I can fuck with the holy. Yo, bro,
own it. Own it. I fuck with the holy. Own it.
He's
super
solid. Never said that, That shit ain't even in my vocab, nigga. I ain't never said I was saying anything about anything because I don't say anything about anything, nigga. That's what I'm trying to tell you, niggas. That's what I'm trying to tell you, niggas, man. What is you niggas talking about?
Niggas say, yo.
About anything, nigga.
You want to know something?
I don't say anything about anything.
You want to know something?
Nigga,
You want to know
something?
Anything, everybody is perfect in their own mind. Let's just keep it like that. Everybody think they right in their own mind.
China, you
know what I'm saying? That's why everybody got an asshole. Everybody got an asshole. You know what I'm saying? Everybody. You know what I'm saying? The man.
Everybody got an opinion, man.
When it comes to snitching, you can say he is snitch. Me, he ain't a snitch. A lot of million other people gonna say he snitch. But my opinion, he didn't snitch.
And nobody
can speak a lot. He probably said to speak a lot. Now, when it comes to police, I would tell on the police. Quick ass. I don't give
quick Lucas ass nigga.
I tell on them.
Go ahead.
I don't give a fuck. Call me nigga.
They gonna tell on your ass.
Police will tell on you, nigga.
They been doing it.
Police will tell on you. Believe that.
I'm sorry, we got.
I hear mad noise. Somebody
said. Every time I went down, niggas gave it up.
This shit sound like that. Shit sound crazy.
I'm just saying I never made an excuse. I do.
That nigga in this Honda. Nigga in this Honda riding around.
Yeah.
Fuck
You
out
wanna know something?
Nigga riding around.
I look like he battle rapping.
Goofy ass.
I give it to you. I give it to you. You probably, you the realest nigga on in the
Hey, what's going on, family? So just to jump back into the story, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that it was like, some alternative motive there on 050 China Brim's part? Like, do y'all think he was being a little bit biased and like, siding with Jake just for the simple fact of his status and his platform? Or do you think that he was being 100% honest about how he felt and about the Jake being a whole snitch and stuff like that? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Me personally, I can honestly say that I kind of feel like it was some type of bias there. I do feel like, just because of the status and what Jake represents and, what Jake is like, the numbers that he pulling in on YouTube, I do think that it was a factor played in like, oh, damn, let me think before I speak. Let me play this smart because at the end of the day, this is YouTube. This is not the street. So let me think business. And I think that that's what a lot of people are doing at this point in time when it comes down to, this whole snitching topic, because everybody's being called a rat. You know what I'm saying? Especially, the African-American melanated rappers and content creators, anybody that's really honestly African American, it seems like they being called a rat more than our counterparts or whatever. So the reason I kind of didn't really, and it was funny, salute to the dude that was on there, I think his name was Qua, the old school cat. Salute to him, man, because I think that he was being blood raw and giving it up. I think that that's how the streets will give it up. I think that niggas wouldn't care about none of that excusing and stuff like that, because you got to understand, he don't make YouTube content. He's not a content creator, so he's viewing it how probably the majority of people that don't watch 1090 Jake or just like, hearing about it off the flap or whatever, he giving it up like that. And I can respect that. I think that me and that brother would have probably been some good friends. We would have met. But yeah, I think that I can respect that and I agree with him because, like he was saying a lot about, how he would work with the police if they're giving them drugs. And then they were saying like, it sounded like the person that was trying to rebuttal what he was saying, like the person was saying something of the sort like, oh, well, if you work with the police, then that's the same thing. If you get drugs or whatever from the police, that's the same thing as working with the police or whatever, and dude kind of was like not really making a point because and that's what made me feel like, he probably hasn't experienced that type of life or, been incarcerated or went to the penitentiary or whatever, the state penitentiary, federal penitentiary or whatever. But that's what gave me the belief and led me to believe that he'd never been to the state penitentiary or the penitentiary in general, is because, he was saying like he was trying to compare two things that didn't really correlate. Like these things did not match or correlate. You couldn't put them against each other or put them together. So for a lot of people that don't know, when you do be doing time and stuff like that, it's a lot of people that work with the guards. The guards get a lot of stuff in. So I think that by him even getting on that platform, it's like as big as the Florida News, Channel 7 News. That's one of the biggest news stations in Florida, if not the biggest. So Channel 7 News has a crazy platform, a crazy fan base. Like their impressions is like probably through the roof, millions, tens of millions. You get on that platform and just talking about that, like the first thing he said was, well, I know like every compound that I jumped up on, like the drugs from everything from, this, that, and that comes from the CEO. And it's like, a lot of people eating off of that, even though his homie sent it to him, as the brother did say, that shit should have been dubbed. Like you should have just threw it up under the table or whatever. Like, but I do get what they were saying as well when they were saying like, on some activist stuff and like you're trying to help the people inside it. I kind of feel like that was like the scapegoat route. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm just trying to help them. That's why I was reporting them. I'm trying to help them. But at the end of the day, I do feel like it was just like maybe talking too much and like, he was still on that journey then. So I think it was a form of clout chasing. Like, oh, I'm finna be on the news. They finna interview me about, you know what I'm saying? Blase. So I just think that it was very distasteful, man. 050, salute to the 050 platform, wonderful platform and stuff like that. Y'all go check them out. They had me rolling. I'm not gonna lie, man. They had me rolling. I was in there cracking up to watching it live. I think that, like I said before, man, I'm gonna be candid, man. I'm gonna be candid with it. I think that China Brim wasn't being honest, due to the fact of Jake's status and, his platform numbers. I think that his co-host was kind of like trying to balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that China Brim was probably playing for numbers, and his co-host was probably like just playing for the streets and being a little honest. I agree with the dude Quad that came on there. You shouldn't be talking about nothing. Like, you shouldn't be talking about none of that stuff, because now I see the rules are starting to change. Like, it's a lot of rules starting to change. Everybody's being called, a snitch, a rat, people pulling up paperwork, interrogation videos and stuff like that. So I think that the rules are starting to change a little bit, and people just kind of like giving their own definition of what a snitch is. And to be real with you, it's actually starting to show that that street code is kind of like flawed, because somebody that is on the East Coast got different street rules than somebody on the West Coast. Somebody on the East Coast that's in New York got different street rules and snitch rules than somebody that's in Memphis on the East Coast, like, what I'm saying, on the South and like in Florida. It's just kind of different. You saying like, this person saying, oh, that ain't snitching, this snitching, and then like this person from a whole nother state, like, no, we rock with that. You can do that. That ain't snitching, this snitching. So it's like the rules are being changed. Everybody's saying what they want to say. Everybody doing kind of somewhat what they want to do. Or I can even say, if the rules haven't been changed, I can say that, like, just for play devil's advocate on myself, I can say that the rules wasn't never synchronized. The rules wasn't never together. We all never had one law. We thought we had one law, but everybody was already still going by their own law or the laws of their land. You get what I'm saying? So if everybody going by different laws of their land, then that just goes to show you, like, somebody made those laws and those rules for their own benefit, because it's different rules down here or it's different rules where you at. So that's one thing I gotta say about that. But man, salute to y'all. Thanks for listening this long. YouTube, don't try to describe me for this, man. It's fair use and educational purpose why I post the video. Salute to 05 The Movement. If you want to watch the whole full interview with 1090 Jake, and he addresses the the snitching allegations or whatever. Y'all go to 05 The Movement. Wonderful channel. Y'all go check that out. And remember, man, they said it. Now we speaking on it. I'm Mr. Telescope. You're now watching Telescope Channel. Hey, what's going on, family and visitors? Peace and blessings to you all. Welcome to the Telescope Channel. Hit that like button, that subscribe button, and that notification bell in the bottom corner. Here at the Telescope Channel, we're going to be diving in from everything from music to religion, sports, and all other current events. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay updated. Let's go get it in.